Marcel the Shell with Shoes. Have you seen that?
Yes.
Are we good now?
That feels better.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel
can
like
hear
that
you
was a
now.
lot.
Well, I just want you to be clear.
Okay.
You don't want to.
I just figured nobody wants to listen to me.
I do.
Speaking of listening to me, hello, shalom, welcome back to my aunt's attic. Speaking of listening to me, though.
Oh, I haven't yet.
No?
No, because I'm listening to another audiobook for school, and
Well-
I hate books.
You have to, I only give you 2 chapters. I have one more chapter to give you this week. Listen to them. Tell me if you hate it, because I'm not going to keep doing it if you hate it.
I'll probably love it.
I like doing it and everything. But it's time consuming. And I know that you said just don't even bother editing it. No, I have to. Because I have
know, but-
over 15 minutes worth of me goofing up and just extended, just what? Nope. And I was telling Kendra the other day, she met me at Barnes & Noble we were hanging
Sorry.
out. Holy cow. We were just hanging out while I was editing and she was doing some other things. We were just at Barnes & Noble. I was telling her that the hardest thing about it is actually one-word sentences. If someone replies in a yes, no, just a one-word response, it's actually so hard
Why?
to get the proper cadence. I don't know. But there are several minutes of me just going, no, 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 no. And just doing all different kinds of things, just trying to
Oh
get
my
the right
God.
cadence of no.
I feel like I would do a thing where I don't know, when you can't really tell where a sentence is going as you're starting it, and then you
Uh-huh.
kind of end on the wrong note.
Uh-huh.
I would struggle with that a lot, I think.
I do okay with that when it's a descriptive paragraph. It's talking about something, the setup of a room, where someone's going, just kind of more of a descriptive. I can do okay with that because you can see where it's going.
Mhm.
But it's when the thought, if it's someone's inner monologue, I don't always know where it's going.
Yeah.
And half the time, there are some sentences that run longer than what you think they would. And so I start to end a sentence where I think it's ending,
Yeah.
but then their inner monologue continues to ramble on. I'm like, oh, wait, no, I got to completely switch this up now. That's proven a little bit difficult.
Did you like reading out loud when you were in school?
Yeah,
You liked it?
I did. And I think that's actually where it stemmed from, my inability to listen to other audiobooks. I can't stand to listen to other people read out loud because they're just they're not doing it the way I want to do it. And it drives me nuts.
Yeah.
There is actually audiobooks for All for the Game already.
Oh, there are.
They're narrated by a man,
Oh.
and I don't like it.
Oh.
I
Well, it's a
don't
man.
like them.
Ew.
Yeah.
I would hate to listen to a man.
Depending on the book, if it was a graphic audiobook of something, characters and a male's point of view, I don't mind. But he has to be good at it. And this guy, I didn't particularly enjoy his cadence of anything.
Yeah.
But I guess this is the type of book that would be more proper to have a male audio narrate it because the majority of the characters are men.
Is it on YouTube?
No, I found it on Audible. I had a 15-second preview, and I was just listening to the preview because
Not good.
I don't pay for Audible.
Yeah.
And I didn't quite enjoy it.
I've had so many free trials of Audible.
Yeah.
At least 4.
Full books?
Yeah. Because they give you 2 for your free trial.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you get two free ones for the first ones.
Hmm.
Just make sure it's good before you do the free trial, obviously.
Well, see, I don't like them enough. I don't like audiobooks enough. Just because I'm weird about that. No, the graphic audiobooks, I know I've said it before, of The Lord of the Rings, they are on Spotify. They're listed as a podcast, so it doesn't count towards Spotify's 15 hours of audiobook that they allow. It doesn't count
Which
against
is
that,
So weird.
which is ridiculous. But yeah, it's on Spotify, and I absolutely love it. And I'm still floored by this guy's ability to switch up
How
his
long
voice.
is that?
Oh dear. I just finished The Fellowship of the Ring, and it was 18 hours. I want to say it was split up into 2 parts, and I want to say one was 9 hours and one was maybe either 9 or 6 hours, something or other. But
Mhm.
they're long.
Yeah.
Well over the 15 hours that they allow per
Yeah.
month.
This book that I'm reading for school is so bad.
What is it?
Is
it another Colleen Hoover?
No, it's another old one. It's like Pride and Prejudice era.
Ah.
But it's like a mystery. It's like one of the first like mystery books. So it sucks. And it's like, ooh, subtle foreshadowing, but it's not subtle at all. Because the character will be just like, yeah, sometimes people get murdered. Isn't that crazy? And it's like, uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's so like, I don't know. I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also weird because the one character is like, oh, I'm falling in love with my aunt. I can't do that, but I'm so in love with her.
Oh,
and then it's basically all about this woman, and she is just the talk of the town. She's just so gorgeous, and everybody loves her, and she's so sweet, but she's
a psychopath.
She's suspicious.
Sus.
And it's just weird because they're always like comparing her to a baby, but she's like the hottest thing ever.
Ew.
You know what I mean?
I mean, have you ever really thought about that concept?
Yeah.
Of calling your significant other baby?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
But it's so normalized now that I'm like, if you don't call your significant other baby, what are you doing?
Hello, adult. My adult. No, it is weird. Shaving is weird.
Sweetheart is also weird.
Sweetheart. Well, I always just think about how it's one word and how the TH
Sweetheart.
It should be.
I
had that thought in second grade, and it never leaves me.
It reminds me of the dad who buys an embroidered pillowcase for his kid, but he labels it shithead, and he says that it's Shatheed.
Well, that's a name.
And then the kid comes out, it doesn't say Shatheed, it says shithead.
That is a name. I think it's not a good one.
Oh, that's so funny. You know what name is not a good one, but I came up with and I kind of really like?
I love your ability to come up with names.
This one's not real. So, what's that Taylor Swift song?
There's so many. Trouble?
Trouble. Duh. Okay. She says, so shame on me. I always messed up the so shame part, and I kept saying Shasame. Shasame. And I was like, I kind of like that as a name. Shasame.
It sounds like it'd be one of those like Gaelic
something
that is like spelled totally not like that.
Like Aisling, but it's AISLING. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Shasame. I got called out a little bit for all my character names that I was coming up with, and I was texting you about it by the internet. I was on TikTok and I saw this video, and it was this author coming up with names for her fictional book, her fantasy book and everything. And she's looking at this one name, and I can't remember what it was. And she's like, it's not quite right. And she puts a Y in it. It's like, yep, there it is. There it is.
Don't do that.
I don't know what it is, but the letter Y is just, it fits fantasy so perfectly. The letter Y is the embodiment of fantasy. We need all the Ys. I love Y. I love names with Y. S, R, N, L, and Y. If those letters are in a name, I'm bound to love it.
I hate like the A names, like the end in like EIGH. Like
those are usually
Rayleigh or Kaylee or
I was about to say it's usually pronounced Lee.
Whichever. I don't like them.
I think it's a whole lot of letters for not a whole lot of payout.
Well, especially when it's not normally spelled like that, and they're like, "Oh, let's make it creative by adding some silent letters." I don't like that.
I don't know if it's actually true, but someone named their kid JKMNO, and her name was Noelle.
Mm-hmm.
There's no L in the, and I'm like, you should not be allowed. Like, that's criminal. You should have your children taken away from you. You do not deserve to have children if you're going to name them that kind of crap.
Well, I've seen, I don't remember how they spelled it, but his name was Forrest, and there was like 4 S's.
And a T.
And a T, I think.
No. Jail. Straight to jail. Never to see the
You
light
don't
of day
have to
again.
be creative. There are already so many names. You can just pick one of those, actually. There's so many to pick from.
And you can come up with a new name, but that sounds like a name and is spelled like a name, you know?
Meh, I don't even think you need to. I think there's enough.
I think there's enough names.
Just pick one. Just open like an old yearbook from like the 1800s and pick one.
There you go. I love like old granny names.
Same.
I think they're just regal and beautiful and elegant. I love them.
Yeah, people dog on me because I like the name Maud.
Maude.
Yeah, I love it.
I really like the name Maeve, but
I love Maeve, but it's so overplayed now.
It's overplayed and it's been ruined by a bunch of villains in fantasy.
Villains. I just think millennials
No, Maeve is a lot of villains. Like, Maeve is the top tier villain in the Throne of Glass series, and it just ruined it for me.
That's too bad.
I really do love Gaelic and Irish and Scottish names and everything. I do really like those. Siobhan, but it's spelled Siob, either Han or An.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Siobhan. And I love that. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with it. I had a friend in my ecology class named that.
Do you prefer Sean Sean?
No.
You prefer the regular?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm an Sean girl.
I don't know why, but that messes with my brain in a way because I just think Sean Bean, Sheen Bean, and I just I can't. I can't.
What?
And then also it makes me always think of Sheen. His name is actually Sheen from Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah.
It's not spelled that way. It's
Yeah.
like it's spelled Sheen or something like that.
Sheen.
But I just see Sean Sean and I just think Sheen and it makes me think of
Interesting.
him and it's just not
Huh.
it's not the train of thought I enjoy. Great show though. Jimmy Neutron, top tier.
I did watch it, but it was at a time that I don't remember it.
You're a youngin'.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a little older for you.
a little bit. It was a little bit spooky for me. A
What?
little spooky.
I mean,
I
I
don't
get
know.
coward okay.
Forget that. Wait, cow. What were you gonna say?
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
I never.
That-
I don't think I ever watched it, but I did find out about it when I was in middle school, and it haunted me.
I'm pretty sure that's where all of the millennial trauma stems from. Every mental issue that millennials have is because of Courage the Cowardly Dog. It was so wrong how scary that show was. But you know what? I saw the
Yeah.
theory, and I think we talked about it in school one time. I saw the theory that said it's because it's told in a dog's
From his
perspective.
perspective. Yeah.
All he knows is his owners. All he knows is his own house. And so the world around him seems desolate because he only knows his little world. And everything around him, he doesn't know what's going on. So a mailman comes up and it's terrifying. So he thinks it's Ghoul.
Mhm.
And I'm like, actually, that's so smart. That
Yeah,
show
but
is so smart.
why are the owners so creepy though?
They are a little creepy. And I always got frustrated because I'm like, how are they so obtuse? Courage is freaking out about something. How are they just so nonchalant? And it's because
They're old.
no, it's not because it's normal to them.
Mm.
Courage is freaking out about, a ghoul coming up the walkway when it's just, in fact, they're not freaking out about
He's
it.
just
The owner-
barking at the mailman.
yeah. That's all.
Isn't there an episode where he like has them on strings and is like acting them out? Like he has made marionettes out of them. I don't know why though.
I have no clue. I mean, it's been
Forget it.
it's been a half a hot minute.
I
Since
I
watched it.
hate when people try to make up like creepy conspiracies about TV shows where people will be like, "Oh, Charlie Brown has cancer and that's why he's so sad and bald and everything doesn't go his
jeez.
way." It's like, "No, dude, he's super blonde in the old cartoons and he had a little bang. Like he was so blonde that it like blended in with his skin tone. And then, I don't know, throughout time that little bang just became that awful single pube on his forehead." It's not like that. He doesn't have cancer. He's just
Yeah.
just
That's
time.
I'm like, sometimes it's just not that deep.
It's not.
Sometimes
I'm
it's
like,
not that
oh,
deep.
Max and Ruby. Max has trauma because their parents were killed in a. Did you hear this?
No.
This was all kids would talk about when I was in middle school. Is like these conspiracies about TV shows, or they'd be like, "Oh, everybody in SpongeBob is one of the 7 deadly sins."
What?
They're like, "Oh, like Patrick is gluttony and
No,
SpongeBob
Patrick
is
would be sloth, I thought.
yeah.
And gluttony, actually. Yeah, that makes sense.
Anyway,
But that's a stretch.
with Max and Ruby, they would be like, "Oh, Max and Ruby's parents," because their parents aren't in the show. Maybe they live with their grandparents or something.
I definitely thought they were in the show.
Their parents aren't in it. I don't
No?
think.
I don't know, but
Their
Ruby
parents were killed
is
in an
a
accident,
little-
and then she's so mean.
She's awful.
And then the fire truck came, and that's why Max, the only word that he says is truck, because that's all he remembers, and he's like traumatized, so his speech is delayed, and that's why he doesn't talk. And come on, dude. Why would writers do that? Why would they?
Okay, well, maybe not that far, but there have been...
Not with Max and Ruby.
Not with Max and Ruby. But there are times when writers will slip in things for
Yeah.
adults. My absolute favorite, I've said it before on here. I know I have. One of my absolute favorite examples of that is Rugrats in Paris. In the beginning, they're at somebody's wedding or vow renewal. I forget what it is, but there's a party going on. And the kids are in the back room. Angelica is pretending to be the godfather.
Oh.
She's in her chair. She's in this big grown-up's chair. She's got her cheeks stuffed with marshmallows. And she's like, you come to me on the day of so-and-so's wedding. And it's Phil and Lil. Phil and Lil come in, and they're just like, Godfather, we found this in our crib. And it's a rocking horse head. That is so messed up.
That's awesome.
As a child, I'd never seen Godfather.
No,
so I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
Now I look back and I'm like, oh, that's not even subtle.
No.
100% not. I mean, it's straightforward, like a child version of the scene. I'm like, holy crap. I love it. I think it's fantastic.
I love the Wild Thornberrys movie.
Yes.
Oh my God, I want to watch that right now.
Donnie. I freaking love Donnie.
I love that movie. I love that movie.
Rugrats meet Wild Thornberrys. Did you see that one?
Dude, this is tapping really far back into my brain.
Did you go to the theater with the scratch and sniff stickers?
No.
I was there.
What was the sniff? What'd you smell?
There were, I think, different foods, like different berries, grapes, something like that. And then there was another time, like dirty socks or something. Like, they had like, and then you're watching the film, and then the icon in the corner would blink, and then you scratch the.
Did you ever do like a at-home 3D movie, like where you like had like a box of ice cream that came with the glasses?
What?
Yeah,
No?
like they would have, or not. Maybe a cereal box would come out with the like red and blue glasses, and then like this Friday the movie's gonna be on TV, like, and it would be like, not the whole thing would be 3D, but it would like there would be an icon or something that would come up. It would tell you to put your glasses on. It would be like a 3D scene, but you would get them in like a cereal box or something.
Oh no, I never did that. I will say though, Disney kind of fell through. My Disney back in the day was the best. Like when the film strip would go across and the kids are jumping everywhere. Let's watch a Disney Channel movie.
What?
You never? Oh my gosh, you weren't in those days. It was the best. 8
No, I
o'clock
was
on
in
the
the-
dot. Every weekday night was a Disney Channel original movie, and it would come across and let's watch a Disney Channel movie. My channels were channel 40 for Disney.
You remember? Oh, I remember mine.
39 for Cartoon Network, 38 was ABC, 26 was Nick.
Wow, you remember all of them. Wow.
Yeah. And I think 28 was MTV, I think. I didn't watch MTV enough to really remember that one, but
No,
yeah, Nickelodeon was
I was in
26.
the era of watching them draw the mouse head and getting so mad because they were always so bad at it.
They were. I do remember those days. No, I remember the graphics for Disney. Before, I'm like, it used to be just like a blank screen with the Disney head, the mouse head in the corner. And then it was just like like an orange screen, and it would have the 2 titles of what's coming next, and then after that, and it would have like a little arrow that pointed to it. It was so basic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I miss those days. Like, let's go back to simplicity. And now I couldn't even stomach watching Disney nowadays.
I don't even want to know what they're up to.
The cheesy. I'm like, shows and movies back then actually used to be quality. Now they're just churning them out so quickly and like just for the shtick giggles kind of thing, rather than actually good humor, good plot line. And I'm like,
My sister and I watched this horrible Disney, like a current show on Disney, and John Stamos is in it.
oh sweet Lord, oh they're trying so hard.
It's so weird.
One of the shows that I absolutely cannot stomach is that Austin and Ally.
Yeah.
I've never actually watched a full episode because I can't. I physically cannot sit through that. I'm like, everything about that show is so
I hate
physically.
Lauren Morano,
Who's that?
the girl, Allie.
The brunette.
Yeah.
Okay, I know nothing. I like.
we talk about celebrities that we like for we don't like for no reason. I don't like her. I do like
literally
Ross
know.
Lynch.
Who's that?
The Austin.
Oh, you know what? Context clues. But I should have figured that one out.
I do like him. He came to Cortland last year. We have every year. I didn't go, of course. We have like a, what do you call it? Spring Fling, like a concert or a festival or something.
Okay.
Ross Lynch performed.
What? Doing what?
He's a musician.
Oh,
He's in a band. The Driver Era. I actually do like his music a lot. Wow, you don't know anything about
I
it?
literally know nothing. Like I said,
Him
I
and his
didn't watch
family
any
were
of
in
it.
a band during the Disney Channel days called R5. I also like their music. But it's really corny. But he was in a band with his family called R5. Oh my God, his sister has a... Oh, speaking of bad names, his sister has a baby. What's its name? Its name is like... Oh, wait, you gotta look it up. I can't. His sister has a baby, and its name is, I think, Funk. No, their last name is Funk. Oh my
Please tell
God.
me you're lying.
No, I feel like we've talked about it before.
I don't think we talked about this one. This was, I feel like, something.
Oh, no, I can't remember what it is.
Ross Lynch.
Nephew name?
He does not have a nephew.
Yes, he does.
Then AI is wrong.
Or look up like Ross Lynch, sister, son, or something. Oh, what's his name? I think their last name is Funk. But what's the kid's name?
Sweetie Mary Funk.
No, that's not even the one.
Rydell Funk.
That's her, I think.
Sweetie Mary Funk is the daughter.
They have a son.
Rydell Funk, baby. 3 members of her Oh, this is so... Rydell Lynch and Capron Funk. Welcome,
that's...
baby number 3. Hold on, we're getting there.
Oh, no.
Ross and Rocky.
Yeah, wait, who is that?
Baby
that's
number
Ross.
3. Okay.
Family. Are you going through their family or her family?
I don't know.
Give me your phone.
Okay. I don't know what I'm on. It's not easy to find on that for some reason.
Hold on. Capron Funk.
Capron? I just said that, though. I thought she was married to Capron.
Oh, hold on. God, they all have bad names.
You know whose names I really like?
Huh.
Rebel Wilson and her it's like Rebel, Chaos, Anarchy. I don't know. They got like those kind of names. I don't know why. I love that.
Oh, it's Super Funk.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's Super Funk. It's right there. That's what it was.
I would sue my parents. The moment I turned 18, I would sue my parents.
You can't.
You bet your butt I'm changing my name when I turn it. How dare they?
Super Funk.
I can't stand people.
And it's a dude, so we can't even marry out of that last name. I mean, you could, but...
Like I said, day I turn 18, I'm changing my name. That's just not okay. I mean, I
knew it was bad. I couldn't remember what it was.
I feel like there's got to be some kind of line. There's got to be some kind of legal issue with that because I'm like, that's child abuse. You are setting up your kid to be bullied like no other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
just wrong.
Oh, that's crazy.
I hope he's got a normal middle name or something he can go by.
Probably not.
Their
names are Ross, Ryder, Riker, Riley. I don't even know. That's why it's R5, their band that they were in.
That's embarrassing. Oh my. Okay. Let's move on.
I want to know what
bigger and better
Super's middle
topics.
name is. Oh well.
I feel like I'm just losing more and more hope in the world. Oh my god.
That came full circle though. We were talking about names, then we talked about Ross Lynch, and then we talked about Ross Lynch's poorly named nephew.
Oh my gosh. What are your favorite names?
I feel like we've done this before.
Probably.
You know what I love? There are like, I usually get them from movies. Like I love Marnie from Halloween Town. I love the name Marnie. I love the name Sloane from Ferris Bueller. And I love there was a third one. There it goes. It's gone. I have no idea.
I used to be obsessed with, and you still haven't watched it. You still have my movie, don't you?
I do.
Her mother's name was Nicole DeLoncre.
Whoa.
And I'm so obsessed with that. And then her name is Danielle de Barbrack. And I'm like, oh.
That's like, that's your name, but worse.
I love my last name. I love my last name.
I do too.
No, I love my last name. And I used to hate my first name. I have grown to love my first name too. I really like Danielle.
I like it.
It's hilarious though because there's a character in All for the Game called named Danielle, and I'm trying to narrate it, and every time I said my own name, it sounded wrong. Like, it almost doesn't fit in my mouth properly because you never really say your own name.
My own name.
You never say your own name.
It.
And I feel like Danielle. It sounds clunky in my own mouth.
I hate saying my own name. Whoa. I'm trying to think of what's the third name that I love from a movie, but I can't think of what it is. Oh well. Yeah, I love those names though.
I go through my books and I'm like, I'm gonna name my kid that.
I do like Phoebe, but it's so overplayed right now.
I don't like Phoebe.
But Phoebe is such an old name.
I don't like it. Like I said, I like names with like RNLSTY.
Oh, Jovi. It was Jovi from Elf. You don't have to like it.
Not my favorite. No.
I love Josie. I think that's adorable.
I do like. That's okay,
my sister's name, I think I can say this, is Josephine Rosalie.
Gorgeous.
Fully. I love it. I think
gorgeous.
It's adorable. And I'm Mary Grace.
Don't play yourself. It's beautiful.
It's just not as elegance. But I'm not, so I guess it's fitting.
That's what I was gonna say. I was just like, a name has to, like, I have to like the character. Like I said, I always go through my books and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna name my kid this just because I love the character so much.
Yeah.
I read the Serpent and Dove series, and there's a character in it named Onzel, and I love him so much. And I was like, I'm gonna name my kid after this guy because I love him that much. I don't like the name Onzel.
Yeah, I wasn't loving it.
It's fine, I guess, for whatever. But I just loved the characters so much. And I'm like, I got to do him some honor. I got to name my kid after that. Middle name or something. I don't know. But, like, shout out to Onzel. Oh, I just love him.
There are a few boy names that I like for girls. Like, I like Kendall or Logan or Ryan. I think that's cool.
Yeah. I think they fit a girl better than a guy. Guy is totally basic. Girl, it's like, okay, yeah, that works.
Yeah.
The name itself is not basic for
Were you into
girls.
Big Time Rush? You weren't. Darn.
Why?
You would have been. Had the times been different. They were so funny.
No.
Okay. My sister met them.
Cool.
Anyway, one of those their names are Kendall and Logan. Two of them.
They're all guys, though.
Yeah. But those are two names I just said.
Yeah, but Logan for a guy is not.
Oh, you don't like it?
It's fine, but it's not like I like Logan for a girl better.
Right.
So for a guy,
And
it's just
Kendall.
totally basic.
I don't know any guy named Logan.
Kendall for a guy is something I'd have to work on getting behind.
He's totally a Kendall.
That's still a girl name for me. Not one that can switch over easily. What?
It's just funny.
I don't know.
I love the name Marceline from Adventure Time.
Marcel the Shell with Shoes. Have you seen that?
Yes. People I don't like. I don't like the woman who voices him. That actress. I don't know what her name is.
I don't know.
I just know she's in the third Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh.
She annoys me.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't pay attention to much of that anymore. Like I said, I'm getting more and more hopeless when it comes to humanity, so I'm just like trying to ignore everything.
Simon is kind of a cool name.
No.
Okay.
I just think Simon Cowell, and I can't.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Yeah, that's the other problem. A lot of times, really great names are ruined by really cruddy people, and I can no longer get
You
behind
can't let that happen. The name's gonna die off.
Let it die off for a couple generations and peter out the garbage people, and then start bringing it back once a new wave of fresh, okay people are in.
What are Frank Alvarez's kids' names? Ruby, Miles, and what's the other girl? Is it Maeve?
Yeah.
Those are good names.
Yeah.
It's a good set of names.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you have things come in from TikTok Shop?
I have. I did order one other thing that hasn't come in yet, but
Did your back massager come in?
oh, it did. Yes.
How is that?
Good. I mean, it's fine, I guess, for like what I need it to be because I don't like being touched. I mean, it's definitely not like a full in-depth massage or anything, but it keeps me going.
Keeps you alive?
Yeah. I mean, I have to use it a lot because it, like I said, it's not in-depth enough to like actually work out the issues.
Can't you just like pull on it?
You can, but then it stops.
Oh.
It's not strong enough to keep going. Yeah. I mean, like I said, if I just kind of let it go and it keeps me loose enough to be able to get through the day, but by the end of the day, I'm going to be hurting again. So it's not solving anything. It's just brushing off the top of the issues and then go about your day. I'm like, I don't know.
Did your disc come in?
It did, but I haven't tried it yet.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But what is it like? Did you touch it?
Yeah.
Is it a similar texture to the cup?
It's like a silicone. It's thinner. It has more malleability to it. It's thinner, but it's silicone. It's still the same material and everything. I will let you know. I will certainly.
I'm dying.
I will be sure to update everybody. We need to get something going on here. This is not. No offense to you. I'm boring myself though.
Oh.
I'm so tired that it's not.
I'm pretty tired.
Okay, so last episode though, I do need to say this real quick.
Uh-oh.
I mentioned we were talking about like American culture and how there hasn't been enough time for it to like really take root into becoming tradition and, you know, one solidified culture. It's a continuously moving culture, you know. There is American culture. I'm not saying that there's not. It's just rapid fire.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. No one else heard that though. Oh
my dog
God.
burped.
It wasn't me this time.
No, you would have done it right in the microphone. They would have known all about it.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I mentioned that there was no like American composers. Oh, I didn't say there was no, but they're not like super famous, super popular.
They're not known in the same way.
Yeah. Well, I want to give a quick shout out to Mr. Samuel Barber, who did Adagio for Strings, and it is one of my absolute favorite works. And I just
An American,
yeah, in like the earlier mid 1900s or something like that. Samuel Barber, folks, go listen to it. He's great. Adagio for Strings. It's so good. It's so melancholy. I love it. Yeah, fits my soul.
You love melancholy. I don't. I can't.
I love it.
There is this scene in A Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, the Halloween one. I just watched it the other day. There's a scene where Snoopy is dressed as the Flying Ace, of course, but anyway, he goes inside and there's that one kid that's always playing piano. I forget what his name is, but Snoopy sits down at the piano. Lionel.
I thought it was Lionel.
Linus is the one with the blanket.
Linus.
It's not the same kid.
No, it's not.
His name is like Schroeder or something.
Yeah.
The kid at the piano. Anyway, Snoopy sits down and he's like playing like a happy song and Snoopy's like dancing, whatever. And then he starts playing a sad song and Snoopy's like, and he just starts crying. That's so me.
Just immediate response.
And then he switches back to the happy song and then he's happy again and then he goes back to a sad song and he's just wailing and sobbing and he has to run out of the house and he's just crying. That's so me.
You're entirely too receptive to whatever you're listening to.
So receptive, but if a song is even just a little bit not upbeat, I'm like, oh, this is a sad song, and I don't want to be sad, so I'm not going to listen to it.
I mean, that's understandable.
It's horrible.
I wrote a whole paper on why music is so important to people with like mental health problems and everything, and that's because it's like a mathematical. There was a whole thing about it, but it's the why a positive plus a positive equals a positive. Why a negative times a negative equals a negative or a positive. Math is not my forte, folks, but you know what? You get my drift. All right. What I know we've talked about this before, but when you're happy, obviously you listen to happy music because it matches and you feel good about it. When you're sad, you listen to sad music, not because you want to be more sad, but because you want your outside to match your inside because that makes you feel understood. And when you feel understood, there's an acceptance and a balance there that helps you mesh what's going on and then be able to move forward and therefore get yourself out of being sad.
Well, if I'm sad, I just listen to music so I can get more sad. Like, do you ever do, like, if you're crying, you, like, put on something sad so you cry more?
Well, yeah, but that's the part of, getting your emotions out, getting what you need to feel out, and then you can move on.
Yeah.
For sure.
I just kind of use it like, I don't know, like, if I listen to sad music, I will be sad, so I don't.
Yeah. Well, I know I got into a conversation with one of my clients because he had just recently gone to a sound healing session.
I've done one of those.
How'd you like it?
Meh.
That's because you weren't open to it. So I'm going to get into this. I'm going to actually get into it because this is something that fascinates me to no end. With something like sound healing, you have to be really open to it. I'm not saying that if you have like a broken leg or something, all of a sudden you're not going to have a broken leg by the end of it. That's not what this is. But we have talked about the arbitrariness of certain symbols. Remember when we talked about that? Or maybe it was with Kendra. Doesn't matter. Either way, in our anthropology class, we talked about symbols and their meaning and how most of the times it's just a very arbitrary thing that over time was assigned meaning and society accepted it. And it's just therefore understood, even though it's arbitrary. It means actually nothing, but until we assign it meaning. But I don't think that's true. I don't think anything is as arbitrary.
We have talked about this.
Yeah. So when you have something like sound healing, I think sound and light and grounding techniques, they all encompass the general idea of vibrations. And so when people say like, oh, this person had bad vibes, they're quite literally saying their energy, the frequency in which they are vibrating, their cells in their body are vibrating, does not match with the energy and the frequency that your body is vibrating at. It's quite literally talking about vibes. And someone's vibes are not meshing with your vibes. When two vibrations or frequencies hit each other, when they are not in harmony, they clash. They create a dissonance that is not appealing. So when you're at the piano, two chords will come together and sound beautiful. But if you hit two notes that don't go well together, it sounds like
Yeah.
It doesn't sound, that is exactly what's going on with people. So when someone says bad vibes, it's quite literally talking about their vibrations are not meshing with your vibrations because you're running at two different frequencies. And that is why I also think that with light, when the light spectrum is red is the longest waves. When you think of, let me back up a little bit. When you think of the emotion happy, what color do you think of?
Probably yellow.
Okay. When the emotion's sad, what do you think of? What color comes to mind when you think sad?
Blue.
What about this one is a little bit, I haven't tested this one super yet, but when you're really calm and content and just chill.
Green.
Okay. How about when you're really angry?
Red.
What about really deeply in love or passionate about something? You're allowed to say red.
I don't know, but either red or purple, maybe.
Okay. That's the thing, though. I've asked a ton of people that. Same exact
answer. They all say the
answer.
same thing.
And it's because it's not arbitrary. Because red, and this is me talking out my butt. This is all just my theories and everything that just makes sense to me. Red is the longest light waves. And that's why when a sunset or anything, you can see red for the longest duration. Well, with that being so long and drawn out and everything, well, something like anger and passion and love, those are very heightened, drawn out, deep, like intense emotions, right? They're going to be longer lasting as well. Something you have to work through. It's not just something they can peter out. Usually it's something you have to really work through. You really have to work through sometimes your anger to be able to forgive someone. You really have to work on getting over someone if your love diminishes, whatever. Or you really have to work hard at keeping love going for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so the frequency that your body runs at when feeling anger or love or passion or anything like those things, that frequency, I think, if someone tested it, I think would probably harmonize very well with the frequency the light frequency of red. Same thing with blue. I think when you're really sad, the vibrations of your body, the frequency your body is running at when you are sad is probably going to harmonize and match more with the light wave of blue. These are just my theories. I don't think anything's arbitrary.
That's so cool.
So the same thing with sound. I think when the sound frequency, when you want to feel happy, that's why a lot of like people do crystals and everything. I think they're thinking about it wrong. The rocks themselves are not giving you happiness. They're just rocks. But everything on the planet vibrates at certain frequencies. So certain crystals vibrate at a similar frequency that you would vibrate at when you're feeling happy. Mm-hmm. So when people are like, use this if you want to have a great day and you feel good, all you're doing is taking something that matches the frequency that you want to be running at. You put that near you, you match your outside with what you want to feel inside, and you try to balance those two things together. That's what I think is happening. Not because the crystals are just going to magically start giving you happiness or anything. That's not it. But it all comes down to science. And I'm so fascinated by that because I think, like I said, you tried a sound healing thing. Well, if you're not letting yourself be open to it, you're actively holding your body at a frequency that is not going to match with the sound healing.
I also see people on TikTok all the time talk about like humming and how like healing humming is. Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting.
It's you're forcing your body to ground itself. You're forcing, because have you seen those sand tables? You run the thing over, and the frequency of the sound waves that are vibrating the metal disc or whatever creates these gorgeous patterns in the sand. That's not arbitrary in the slightest. There are patterns to that, and if you can connect with that and you can figure that out, that's what I think is happening. And I think if you are able to surround your outside with whatever it is that you need your body to feel at, and you open yourself up to matching and adapting to the other frequencies, that's how you can control your heart rate and how you can and that's why sound healing and everything, because you can, and again, I'm not saying that you can heal broken bones, but I'm thinking probably your body can actually acclimate a little bit more to certain frequencies in sound, can actually speed up the healing process of something.
Sure.
Or if you have like chronic digestion issues or something, you can definitely change your surroundings and your energy around you and everything to then be able to heal different things in ways. And there's so much more science to it, and there's so much more I would like to look into and have someone direct me and teach me with more of it, because I don't think it's woohoo spiritual, it's science, folks.
Yeah.
It is quite literally an and observable, dear Lord, an observable science that you can get behind. And I'm like, it's so fascinating to me. So incredibly fascinating. And I will say, I was talking to my client about it, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to shout out Jesus because he has everything so planned perfectly. This entire world was created so precisely. There is no getting around it. There is no coincidence here. This is not an accident. It is quite literally not possible for it to be an accident and be this perfect and precise. So when you see all these things, and science just, I think, not even personally, it's just straight up fact. Science proves the existence of God because something has to be greater than the limitations of our science. Our science can be observed. It can be studied. We can find the patterns of it. We can find the limitations of it. And for it to even exist in the first place means there has to be something that is greater than the limitations of science that created all and created those limitations. So God is outside of the limitations of science. He is outside of the limitations of time to be able to then create those limitations. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why I think science proves it so much, because you can't just scatter this all together and have it work so precisely. And it can't be studied so precisely if it's just random. You know, I say it all the time. People are pattern finders. And if it's random, there's no pattern to randomness. This cannot be random. So it just irks me when people are so adamant about holding on to it's science, it's science. No, take science one step back further, you'll find God. Take anything that you put your stock and your theories into, take it one step back further, you're going to find God. And that's why I think I totally believe in science. And people are like, it's science versus it's evolution versus creation. No. It's quite literally all the same thing because it stems from one creator. So it's just, I don't know. It's so amazing to me to think that everything is so precise and perfect. We have a creator who is so precise and perfect. And then to boil it down, to think he created everything so beautifully and precisely and with such precision detail. And he created me as well. That is insane. That is so stinking insane to be able to say the most amazing artist decided that I was beautiful enough to create. He wanted me to be his work of art here. That's awesome. That is love right there, man. That is someone so passionate about his work that he's just like, let's just pour out my love and perfection into all these creatures. And it's like, I don't know, man. I cannot wrap my head around that, how awesome he is about that. And that's why I love science so much, because it just, take anything, like I said, take it one step further and you will find the amazingness of God. I'll leave it at that. But do you see what I mean? Like, as far as like, oh, the frequency, everything. And now I don't know if it's true. I saw it on the internet, so of course it's true. But I did see this thing that said that during war times, the opposition, I guess, would target churches and target cathedrals and bells because of the healing frequencies of bells.
Wow.
And obviously they want to put their opponent at the highest disadvantage. So and actually there is a certain note on the piano, whatever it is, that is like, I think they call it like the God note, because when you play it and when you hear it, you can't help but feel a visceral reaction to it, because it's connecting with the creation of your, like, I don't know how to describe it, but it matches just the being of nature. I'm not explaining this well at all. No, just, if you know if you know, you know. If you don't ask me, because I can't describe.
Then you're
I
not
can't.
on our vibration.
So yeah.
Wow.
Where did we come from? Where did we go? How did we get on this? What did you say?
Snoopy.
Life lessons from Snoopy, folks. Speaking of Snoopy, though, I have a first edition 1960, is it 61, 62, 69? I don't remember. 19 something or other of Snoopy and the Red Baron book.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's sick.
I love it.
I love Snoopy, but he's so overplayed now.
Aw, don't say that.
No, he is, though. Because all the teen girls are like, oh, I'm so him. You'll never be Joe Cool. Hop off, dude. You're not him. You're not that guy.
I didn't know Snoopy was coming back around for Gen Zers.
He's strong. There's Snoopy edits.
I didn't know
There's
that.
screensavers. No, yeah, Snoopy is huge with the Gen Z now.
I used to collect Snoopies and everything.
Yeah,
I loved
same. I love
Snoopies.
him.
Yeah.
But he's so big right now.
I have this little picture frame thing on my nightstand. And it's 4 panels of Snoopy lying on top of his doghouse.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, my life has become a bore. I'm in need of a change. And then the last one is him just turning the opposite direction on his house. I'm like, dude, that's
awesome.
so me.
That's awesome.
Oh my.
Yeah, I love him, but he's so overplayed right now.
Aw.
But that happens with everything I like. Everything.
Well, you're a hipster, so.
It's so annoying.
Ugh. I think you just need to make a list of all the things that you like so nobody else can touch them.
Everybody's already touched them. I've got to find something that's niche again. I'm looking.
You're such a loser.
I've honestly been Googling unknown cartoons from the 90s. I just need something that nobody else
You're
has
trying
touched.
too hard, babe.
I just hate when other people like stuff I like. I hate it.
I think you're letting the world get you down too much. Just like what you like and enjoy it. Who cares?
Well, see, but the thing is, I don't like to be basic. So if I like Snoopy, well, guess what? So does everybody.
I feel
so
like
boring.
I feel like you're trying to avoid it so hard that you're becoming basic.
I'm not basic.
The fact that you say that you're not basic is pretty basic.
Probably.
I don't know. I mean, to each their own. I'll help you. I'll find some of my old millennial stuff that, you know what? I keep finding things that somebody wrote or somebody made a TikTok of old books that nobody really talks about ever. And I
Yeah.
have yet to see Book Talk come across. One of my favorite series when I was in middle school was The Hollow by Jessica Verde. The Hollow, the Haunted, and the Hidden. Nobody ever talks about that. It was such a good series. It was a little bit of a play on Sleepy Hollow, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow,
Mm-hmm.
and the Headless Horseman and everything. Really, really good series. I loved that one. I recommended it to a friend of mine who would always come into the bookstore, and I recommended it to her, and she was like, "This is my favorite series ever." And I'm like, "Girl, I know, it's so good." It's so middle school though, but I love it. And nobody
I
ever
would read
talks
middle
about
school
it.
books right now.
Well, I was just telling Kendra, I was like, nowadays, I really like fantasy. I like getting out of the world. I don't want any kind of reality. I have enough of my own reality to deal with. I don't want to deal with anyone else's.
Yeah.
So I want fantasy. But the problem is that it's all smut nowadays. Because that's what Book Talk is all over. That's what sells big time right now. That's the society we live in is all about sex. And I don't want it. I want a good plot, but all the good plot elements that I want are intertwined with a bunch of smut. And I'm like, oh God, now I gotta filter through things. I'm like, I just don't, just give me the plot. And then half the time, a really good plot, or what I think is gonna be a really good plot, is sacrificed for marathon sex scenes. And I'm like,
Oh.
I had 2 minutes of plot and I have 46 minutes of sex. And I'm like, I don't want this.
Do you know what's interesting though is in one of my classes recently we read about a study that someone did on married women reading romance novels. You okay?
Yeah, you just keep touching this thing.
That's
I
okay,
don't like
touch
it. I don't like it. I got makeup all over it now.
Maybe it wants to be pretty.
Ew. Gross.
We read a study on married women who read romance novels and they don't do it for the smut. They do it for the emotional.
Yeah.
It made me so
Yeah.
sad.
Well, I mean, I see all the time that what's it called? The women's gaze, what a woman is super attracted to. You know what is the number one scene that women are drooling over? It's not some beautiful sculpted god of a man. No, it's the hand flex from Pride and Prejudice. During the movie, he flexes his hand after helping her into the carriage.
That's so funny. I haven't seen it.
Women go wild over that just because of the implications that he is oh my God, I touched her.
Yeah.
So knowing that he is entranced by her is what women are oh, I want a man to feel that way about me.
No,
and
yeah.
it's literally just a hand thing.
No, yeah. And also in that study, they had a list of traits that women said that they needed in a book or they didn't. And they muscles and being buff, they were the lowest numbers.
Mm-hmm. No, it's genuinely just it's the moments of the lines where's my wife, that I will kill anybody who gets my way. But just and that's we want the morally gray guy who is willing to decimate an entire world just to get his girl, and that's
Well, I don't know because I don't read romance novels.
And you're already
I
locked
don't
and loaded
read.
as far as a relationship goes, so you're golden.
I'm locked.
Yeah. I definitely, well, that's actually one of the big reasons I don't read books written by men, because they very rarely have any kind of romance, and if they have any kind of romance, it's usually not good. It's not.
Yeah, I'm good.
You know
on
what?
that.
Talking about that, no, oh my God, I'm reading this one series right now. I just started this one. They need to come out with the 4th book because I can't do cliffhangers. I'm going to freak out. It's so good right now. I hate it because of how well it's written. So it is called Reign of Shadows and Endings. The blank of this and this, or the blank of that and that, I'm so tired of those kind of titles, but I will say this one is really good. But it's this world in which they're called Legacy. Descendants of gods are the ruling faction of this world, and they are gifted the Fae, who are basically created to serve them in whatever capacity they desire. And the ruling families of the legacies, they go around and they choose Fae to be their source, which they basically siphon off power from their Fae to then boost their own powers. But in so doing, they create this bond where the source, the Fae, is completely, basically, not enslaved, but their will becomes the will of the legacy. And it's so...
What?
I'm sorry. I'm trying... I know I feel like I'm stuttering real bad because I'm trying not to trip over my own words, but it's not working. So anyway, I'm just going to do what I'm going to do. So this guy chooses this Fae who absolutely does not obviously want to be a source, does not want to give up her entire life to be at the beck and call and be the servant of this guy. She doesn't want to do it. She's forced to do it, though. So he basically kidnaps her, basically takes her away from everything she's ever known.
Have you talked to me about this before?
No, I literally just started reading it. We have never talked about this
I don't know
before.
why that sounds familiar.
And she basically has to, she's forced to sacrifice everything that she is and everything that she wants and desires because he is forcing her to be his battery pack, basically, for his own desires. And he keeps telling her, like, you just need to give into this bond. You need to give into it because as soon as you do, then you're going to want the same things I want. You're going to, we're going to be able to love each other like the way we want. And physically, we're going to be able to get together. And, like, it's this whole thing. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I'm like, my God, you are trying so hard to, like, should I pat you on the back for not raping her? Should I pat you on the back for, like, taking care of this woman that you kidnapped? Like, what is going on? And it is so infuriating because they keep having the same conversation over and over. She keeps saying, I don't want to do this. I don't want to accept this. This is not what I wanted out of life. And he was just like, just give into it and you'll accept it and just give in. And it's not even miscommunication. It's his complete and total inability to understand her point of view. And it's the same conversation over and over and over again. And as soon as he thinks she's giving a little bit of leeway and kind of giving into it, she's just acting out like she gives into it because it's the only way to keep him from punishing her or humiliating her. So she tries to give in and she tries to accept it because she's like, I have no other way out of this. Like, I'm going to be miserable for the rest of my life. I should just try to accept it because then maybe I will be able to be, like, okay with it. But she can't because she's literally giving up her entire life about it. But like I said, I'm going in circles. It's a very repetitive thing, but I have never once in my life read a book where I so viscerally feel all the emotions of the main character. It is so physically difficult to read this book because of the frustration and the anger of this guy not understanding her point of view. And usually a book would make me, like, want to toss it aside because it's like it gets repetitive, but it's repetitive in a way that's necessary. And that is why I know this author is pretty stinking good, because she is making you feel all the frustration and the hopelessness of this main character, and just like this never-ending cycle of having to give everything up, not because you want to, but because you are literally forced. And it's just brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I'm freaking out over it. And the problem is the main guy in it, he's a trash wagon. I hate him. But I know they're going to find a way to make me love him, and I don't want to. I do not want to like this guy because everything he has said and done has just proven over and over, or so she thinks, I guess. Or he thinks, oh my God, at one point he actually said, like, I know you seem to have convinced yourself. She didn't convince herself of anything. You and your dumbass actions have convinced her completely and totally that you are a self-serving prick. And I'm like, this book is brilliant. I hate it. It makes me so angry. But it's supposed to. It's supposed to, and it's so well written. I can't. And at the moment that they make me like this guy, I'm gonna break my Kindle in half because, like, he is just the worst. And it's because he was raised this way. He knows no better. The only example he has of a legacy and their source is his father, who is an abusive asshole. So it's like he has no other comparisons to be able to figure out how to work this relationship and how to figure this out and everything. He's not telling her anything because he has his own, and we're not entirely sure what's going on just yet. We haven't gotten to like the meat and potatoes of the plot because he has his own agenda that goes against what his father wants because his father is being a, tyrant and trying to take over the world kind of thing. So this guy, Theon, he has other plans, but we don't know them yet because he cannot divulge the plans until she accepts the bond fully. But because he's not telling her the plans, she can't accept something that she never wanted in the first place. So it's just, again, it's not quite miscommunication. It's just the inability to see, he cannot see her point of view and why she's upset.
Mm-hmm.
And then she does not have enough information to be able to trust him and be able to be willing to give into this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's just brilliant, and I hate it so freaking much. Anyway.
You just stop reading.
You need to start reading. No, or at least you need to start listening to my audiobook because you need to tell me. I need constructive criticism. I need you to say like what I need to do better, different, whatever.
Should I play while I'm in the shower?
I mean, weird, but
it's the only time I am not listening to something.
Okay, go for it. I mean, like I said, I only have like a third. I have 3 chapters. I've got one more to send your way. I'm halfway done with the 4th chapter, editing that one. Like I said, I had like 15 some minutes that I had to delete of all these bloopers and everything.
See, but I really want to like listen to it. I don't want to just put it on and zone out. Like I need to pay attention. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. The only problem is I know that you like dialogue.
I love it.
And as far as right now goes, these build-up chapters, not a whole lot of dialogue going on.
It's all right. But I still should pay attention. I need to know the details.
There are quite a few like info dump paragraphs that you should probably definitely listen to.
Those, though. That's my least favorite part of reading.
Yeah.
I always skip over them, but it always gets me in trouble because then I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
But I hate it. I hate when they're like, "Oh, the house was built and and then the roof is like I don't care."
Oh no, not that kind of thing. This is more of an info dump to figure out how people are related.
Oh, the begats?
Sort of, yeah. The begats.
That sucks.
But it works out okay because of how absolutely unhinged it is.
Okay.
It's this mafia boss hired this serial killer and is after this person who took off and ran. It's interesting.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Cool.
So be prepared for that. And the good thing is, it's not like I'm sending to them. You can listen to them whenever you want. And because I'm only sending them to you chapters at a time, you can just listen to them.
It's also overwhelming.
Yeah, I can send them to you a few things at a time, and you listen to it. And if you forget, then you're just, re-listen to them before we move on to the next one.
Should I do a book report?
Yeah. Actually, no joke, dude. You're going to have to do a book report because I'm obsessed with this series.
We're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
We're going to have a book club, and
I'll bring my summary. I'll bring my thoughts to the podcast as well.
It's not quite at the place in the book yet where commentary is necessary. I'm going to be adding my own commentary because there are some, I'm excited. It's so funny because this book is not traditionally published. It's self-published by this girl who started writing it when she was like a kid.
It's so funny.
And she wrote about stuff that she had absolutely no idea about, but she's like, I'm going to write about it anyway. And it worked. It's fantastic. It's amazing. But I don't know. Just the way it's so strange though, because there's only a few series in my life that have ever clung to my soul as much. This is top tier. I'll never be able to get past this. This is truly my Roman Empire. I have never stopped thinking about it. Not a day has not.
When did it come out?
2014.
Oh wow!
But it takes place in 2007.
Okay. I was alive.
I wanted to comment on one thing because there's one line that one character says that I was like, oof, that would not fly today. But it's 2007 in these books, and that's why I can be forgiven. Okay. Not really forgiven, but yeah.
Forgiven.
It was the times. And it's also the character. It really matches the character. Like, that's not an excuse, but there you go. There's the one for the day. Sorry. I actually showed Kendra, though. I was editing, and I came across another instance where I was like, reading. reading. I showed it to her. I was like, I'm so disgusted. I left them in for
awesome.
You.
Good.
I left little gifts in there for you.
Spice it up for me. See, keep me on my toes.
Yeah. Let me When was the Foxhole Court? Not the Fotch Hike.
Same thing.
Foxhole Court. 2013.
Okay.
It was published in 2013.
But it's about 2007.
It takes place in 2007.
Man. Oh, back to, you know what? Cereal boxes. Did you ever get a CD in a cereal box?
My brother might have gotten to him first.
I did.
I got some color changing spoons. Remember those days? I need a raven. I saw a video of this woman who had a raven, and I need one.
Like a bird?
Yeah.
Like a pet bird?
Yeah. They mimic human voices even better than parrots half the time.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I need a raven. I
Okay.
really want a raven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're probably expensive, no?
I don't know. The only way you can legally have them is if they're raised in captivity. You can't just like go get a raven.
Like in the you can't get one
You
from
can't
the
get
wild.
like yeah, no.
I assumed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need a raven. Does someone have raven eggs? Give me a raven.
Oh, an egg.
Yeah.
You could raise it from an egg.
Yeah.
Are they big?
Yeah.
Dangerous?
I mean,
You'll probably have to feed it mice. No?
no, you can feed it raw meat.
Ugh.
Yeah. Bugs
Gross.
and raw meat.
What if
and
it
everything.
eats you in your sleep?
I mean, they're not that big.
Not all of you.
Start nipping at me as if I'm not gonna wake up.
I don't
Pluck
know.
out my eyes or
I
something.
feel like all the time I see people who like their hamsters are like eating their hair in their sleep. Their eyebrows.
Why are they having a hamster in their bed at night? Just shrug it off. I don't know. Where are hamsters in the wild?
They aren't, I don't think.
I think they are.
Where is it? Is it Australia that they have a bunch of wild bunnies? Oh, so cute.
I mean, there's wild bunnies everywhere. What do you mean?
No, but they have a ton because they don't
Where?
have any predators.
Wild? Wild hamsters live in many parts of Europe and Asia.
But like mice, like how we have mice.
Hamsters are small rodents that prefer warm, dry areas such as grasslands, meadows, farmland, steppes, fields, gardens, hedgerows, sand dunes, edges of deserts, and sparse, rocky areas. Hamsters are nocturnal.
Aww.
Some species of hamsters include winter white, dwarf hamster, European hamster, and the golden hamster.
I love moles.
Dude, their little shovel hands,
So cute.
so sick, bro.
They're huge, actually.
So
Their
sick.
hands are really big
Yeah,
compared to their little bodies.
yeah. I
So
love
cute.
them.
I do love guinea pigs.
I love capybaras. They are the largest rodent in the world.
You know
And they swim.
wombats?
Yeah.
Eric looks like a wombat.
What the frick?
He knows it too, but he does look like
Wait
one.
a second. Bring up a picture.
I can't. I'm recording.
Oh, darn
He
it.
looks like a wombat.
What?
It's not a bad thing. But if he was gonna be an animal,
Look at the wombat, baby. Oh my god, wombats are
They're
so
little-
cute.
cheeky little smiles, and they got.
Oh my
he
god,
looks
they're
like
so
one,
cute.
doesn't he? What animal would you be?
Dude, I get it. I get what you mean by he looks like one.
He does. It's not a bad thing.
No, they're super cute.
Yeah.
They're super cute. What animal would I be? That's something I feel like someone else has to tell you. I
What
can't.
do you feel like?
I feel like what?
What do you feel like you are?
See, I think that gets meshed up in like what my favorite. Like, I would love to be able to say manatee, but I don't think I. I don't. Think
No,
I
you're
vibe with
not-
a
you're
manatee.
not a manatee.
Exactly. I don't know. A red panda?
Oh, okay.
Can I be a red panda?
Yeah,
I like red pandas. I
They're
love
so cute.
pandas in general. Regular pandas are pretty awesome too. I love pandas.
I don't think I've ever seen one in real life. Maybe I have.
Have you ever been to a zoo?
Yeah, but
They don't usually have pandas.
right.
Huh.
But I have been to like
Have you seen The Great Panda Escape
no.
or The Great Panda Adventure? That's such a niche movie that I've
is
seen
a
like
niche
3
one.
people in the entire world who've seen that one. The Great Panda Adventure. I just remember them running across the bridge and like it. Yeah,
What?
yeah. The Great.
I love niche movies like
Panda.
that. Just like you know when you're a kid, you just like check out a movie from the library, and it's like literally the lowest budget.
1995. It got
Wow.
a 33% on Rotten Tomatoes. That is a lie, folks. That is a good
know
movie.
if that means good or bad. I
It's
don't-
bad, man.
I don't know how Rotten Tomatoes. What? That's
bad.
33 out of 100.
Yeah.
So it got a 3 out of 10.
Like 33% of people thought it was good.
That's such a confusing way to rate that.
It was 33% good.
Yeah, that's so.
Oh my god,
confusing.
Alaska! I forgot about that movie.
Yeah,
Alaska. Huh. I feel like I gotta watch that. I wonder if it's on YouTube.
probably. Did you watch The Electric Company when you were a kid?
Nah,
Darn.
not mine.
That I want to watch and I
Not my
can't
thing.
find.
What was I looking up? Oh, The Great Panda Adventure. Wah, wah.
Sorry. Could you buy it?
That is not a movie I'm gonna spend my money on.
Okay.
Oh wait, that is there. Can I free with ads?
Not bad. Netflix.
Far from home in the lush bamboo forest of China, 10-year-old Ryan Tyler, with the help of a young... ... I don't know what it says.
Wow, I really got a sense of what that movie's about. With the help of...
Yeah. ...
A panda, perhaps?
I think there was a trafficking ring or whatever that these two kids were on okay, what I remember,
Is this a kids movie?
Yeah, this is going to be totally wrong, 100% wrong. But I'm coming up with it right now. But I think it's these two kids who go on some kind of trip and they find this group of traders and traffickers, whatever, and they're selling exotic animals to different people or whatever. And these kids are just this panda's so dope though. We don't want them to sell into, who knows what. And so they kidnap the panda and try to free it. It's like Free Willy, but panda version.
I've never seen Free Willy.
No?
No, I'm not interested in that.
You're not missing much, yeah. It's whatever.
What's the one about the dogs?
Balto! He made you jump. Do you know Balto?
No.
You don't know Balto? Girl, get on my level. Balto is a hero.
What is that?
Balto is quite literally... It's based on a true story, too. Balto is a legend. He is awesome. I feel like there was this encampment or whatever, in the Yukon Peninsula. I don't know, somewhere totally remote and impossible to get to, and there was these group of kids that were all sick and they needed to get medicine really urgently, and so they had to send a team of sleigh dogs. What are they called?
Sleigh dogs.
Okay.
Sled dogs.
They had to send them out to get them the medicine to this remote area. So these dogs were Balto. He saved the kids' lives.
That's so stupid.
It's not stupid. It's a true story.
Oh, it's still.
You're so rude. Okay, screw the kids. Jeez.
Screw the kids.
Oh man, I need to watch Balto again. That was so good. I
don't know, when you're saying it, I feel like, the movie Bolt, the Disney movie Bolt.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the Italian Bolt. Balto.
No, see, look how good. It's
wow, a true
so
story.
There was a Balto too. Oh no, not Balto 25 years later.
Yeah, he would not be alive.
Shut up.
He wouldn't be.
What dog movie were you talking about?
Bolt?
No, you said something about the dog, something.
I don't remember. I don't know what it's called. I don't know. It's a famous dog book / movie. I don't remember what it's called, but I've never seen it.
I'm gonna watch. I got really upset in school. What time are we at? We gotta go. I gotta go.
Whatever.
I got really upset in one of my middle school classes because we were reading The Velveteen Rabbit, and it was right before the holidays, and we didn't quite finish it before we had to leave for the holidays. I was really, really upset.
Yeah.
I was I was emotionally invested in this freaking rabbit.
I would be.
Yeah. Have you ever read I think it's a short story by Rudyard Kipling, Rikki Tikki Tavi?
Yeah, I think so.
It's a mongoose.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good story. Rudyard Kipling has my favorite poem of all time called If. It's a good poem.
Do you want to recite it?
No.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Look it up. Can I recite it?
Sure.
No.
Oh.
Nobody wants to listen to that. Nobody wants to listen to that. Go look at it yourself. It's a great poem, but I'm not going to recite it here.
If.
No. Are you going to make me recite it?
No. Do whatever you want.
Do you want to hear it? It's a really good
Don't make me do it. Don't make me. I don't want to do it.
I'll do it.
I'm you don't have to. I'll look it up. You're going to do it anyway.
I ain't gonna do it. Do it, girl. I ain't gonna do it. Okay, I'll do it. No, actually, I'm not going to do it. It's a long poem. Oh, or not really long, but long enough. Anyway, we gotta go.
Okay.
Someone buy me a bird.
A raven.
A raven. Much appreciated.
Don't do that.
What?
Don't have people buy you a raven.
Have 16 ravens. All of a sudden, I'm gonna take care of a whole.
They'd probably kill each other.
Nah, ravens are dope, man. The unkindness. It's an unkindness of ravens. What? You have a murder of crows and an unkindness.
That's what it's called?
An unkindness of ravens.
That's sick.
And owls. It's a parliament of owls.
I think I knew that one.
Yeah.
I love those.
Yeah.
So pointless.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
I love it.
Okay, bye.
Oh, bye.
Talk at you next time. You usually do that part.
Talk at you next week.
Talk at you.
Bye.
Is it next week, though?
Talk at you next time. Bye.